Well, good morning and welcome to a very wet back garden bushcraft. I'm Andy and today we're going to be starting our first lesson to create a fairy garden. So, for this first lesson we're going to be laying the foundation for our fairy garden. So you're going to need a tub. You might have some of these left over from Christmas, but if you haven't, you can use an old baking tray, a margarine tub, or anything really that's going to hold some soil. You're going to need some stones. I picked these this morning, there's plenty there. Some twigs, and then some soil or mud, or you can use sand. If you're doing the non-messy version, you'll need some coloured paper to put in the bottom of your tub. Also, on a point of safety, I've got some gloves because we don't know what we're touching. We want to keep our hands safe. A first aid kit, nice and safe. And lastly, make sure you layer up if you're outside because it is very cold. So, let's begin. Firstly, place your pot on the ground and get your soil nearby, or you can use a table if it's easier. Here's some soil that I dug up this morning, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to dig some of that and I'm going to fill it into my tub. About 1 to 2 inches deep will do. Make sure as well, guys, if you do see any worms or insects in your mud, to make sure you actually let them go, or make sure you keep the fairy garden outside so that they are happy, because they don't like to be inside and we don't want to hurt any nature. So, there we go. There's my tub, 1 inch thick of mud. Next, you're going to need your stones. Here's my stones that I gathered from the garden, and all we're going to do, if I push that down a little bit, is we're going to start putting the stones onto the mud, just like this. If you push them in a little bit, just so that they feel nice and thick there, and they sit in, what we actually start to do is build some little pathways. Now your path can be whatever shape you want it. I've gone for a crisscross shape, but you might go for a curved shape or a straight shape. It's entirely up to you what you do. I'm quite happy with my cross shape there, so then I'm going to move on to the next stage. Next, I'm going to take some sticks. Now make sure, guys, that when you're gathering your twigs at home, that you don't pick them off a tree. They need to be dead sticks. And to know if they're dead, when you snap them, they should make a nice crack noise. At that point, you know they're safe. You need to snap your twigs into small pieces, as these are what we're going to use to guide the path. There you go again. Nice snap there. Lovely. Nice and dead twigs. So yeah, once again, make sure you're not picking twigs off trees. Just make sure you get them off the ground. I'm quite fortunate in my garden, we have a lot of tree cover, so actually we get quite a lot of twigs on the floor. I've got quite a lot here. And then, you see here, we've got plenty of twigs to line our pathway with. For the next step, we're going to start lining our path with the twigs. So, all you need to do is put them just along the side of the stones that you've already got there. And these will just help to keep our stones in place and make sure if it does rain or the wind blows that we don't lose our pathway. So here we are. So I'll put some more twigs in there. There we go. See how it's making a nice kind of guide around the outside? Looks a little bit like train rails. But this will, like I said, just help keep everything safe, in nice place, and help make it look pretty. There you go. Excellent. Some of you might like to make it on a bigger scale. And in true Blue Peter fashion, here's one I made earlier. So this is what I'm going to be working with from now on. As you can see, this is one I've started in my garden. I've already put some plants in there. And throughout the next 6 weeks, we hope you're going to see this transform from a pathway and some little plants into a vibrant and well lived in fairy village. So there you have it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the first session and looking forward to the next one. Feel free to get in contact if you need any help, or follow the written instructions if that's easier. Just one final point, if you are making the non-messy version, separate instructions for this will be also put up for you to follow. Till next week, guys. See ya.